unedited, people. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. All right. Going live. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, people. Wait around for a couple of more people and we can get started. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. It's live. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right. Mm-hmm. Going live. Mm-hmm. Come on in. All right. You already know what time it is. It's live, uncut, unedited. This is what's going on, people. Mm-hmm. Going live, going live, going live. Make sure you guys share the video. We're gonna have a great show today. We're gonna be talking about landlords and tenants. I think would be a great good topic. Come on in. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. All right. To my YouTube family, thank you for tuning in. All right. Diane Gangs, what's going on? I see you. I see you, Diane. Diane Gangs in the house tonight. She in the house tonight. I tell you, Diane, I feel you. This is live, uncut, unedited. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We early tonight. Live with Nathan. What's up, brother Nathan? What's going on? I see you. I see you, Nate. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you, brother Nate. I see you. All the way from Joliet, Illinois. Brother Nate in the house. Brother Nate is in the house. Joliet, Illinois. All right. Live, uncut, unedited. Ariel, what's going on? I see you, young lady. I see you. I see you. I definitely see you. I see you. Come on in, people. Y'all lagging on in. Come on in. Live, uncut, unedited. That's how we do it. What up, Eddie? What's going on, brother? I see you. My YouTube family. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Y'all lagging on in. Landlord tenants disputes. I tell you, if you having a problem with your landlord, I want to hear it. Landlords, if you having a problem with a tenant, I want to hear you. I definitely want to hear you. Ooh, I'm hot. All right. Stephanie Smith. Hey, how you doing? I see you. I see you. I want all my out-of-town guests to check in too as well while we getting together, all the out-of-town guests. Missy Gavin, I see you. If you from out of town, If you're not from Chi-Town, or if you're not living in Chi-Town, definitely check in. Check in. I want to hear from you. Let me get this fan going because I'm hot. I am hot. It's live, uncut, unedited, people. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hit the mic. My fault. All right. What we got here? All right. All right, y'all. Come on in. Summer. Anna, I see you. I see you. William, North Carolina. That's what I'm talking about. Vicky. Hey, Vicky. How you doing? How you doing? We all here. Got my YouTube family on here. Live, uncut, unedited. I tell you, the lights are bright. All right. Lisa, love, what's going on? I am a little sleepy, brother. I'm a little tired. I got a big job to do tomorrow, but I said I'm gonna come on early tonight. A little early. I should have took a nap, but I am a little sleepy. You know, it's a good vibe. But I gotta do what I gotta do. I tell you, Xavier Dates. Hey Martin, I stopped watching the Bulls to tune in to you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. The Bulls may win, they may not. Who knows? I hope you get some information. William, what's going on? All right. Now, some of y'all, I know y'all have had landlord issues in the past, and I want to talk about it. I got some questions that I want to pose up this evening. All right. Shake my head up. All right, come on in, people. We rolling. Appreciate you. Said Martin, I stopped watching the Bulls. Yeah, Martin, a little sleepy, but it ain't gonna stop nothing at all. Oh, that game is almost over with anyway. It's almost over with. It's almost over with. All right. Before we get started, we had a great discussion last night, man. It was off the chain. I tell you, emotions was high, but we told the truth and shamed the devil. Trust me, people. And it was a lot going on. A lot going on. Leslie Brown, I see you. I see you. I see you, Leslie. I see you. It was a lot going on. All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My phone lines are open 872-297-6389. Again, 872-299-63. No, 299. 872-299-0808. Peggy, what's going on, Peggy? I see you. I see you, Peggy. Make sure you guys come on in and share the video. Because we're here. We're definitely here. We're live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. Come on in. Come on to my room, as they say. And share the video. Come on in, people. We're going to do some landlord talking tonight. Some tenant talking tonight. Wait, we need at least about 65 people. We had 30 people. Oh, man, we got a way to go. If y'all share the video, we can get it out there. Get them out there. Let's talk. Because once we get talking, they're going to like, well, what y'all talking about? I'm late. You know, hey, we got to stop and bring you up to speed. Mm-mm. All right, I'm sharing it, people. You should share the video. Exactly what I'm doing. All right, I shared it enough. All right, this live, uncut, unedited, people. All right, I got my YouTube family on here. Those of you that's viewing me on Facebook, you can go to YouTube, Martin G. Johnson. Martin G. Johnson. Just in case Facebook want to act up on us, we got YouTube to back us up. I tell you, time to tell the truth. Patty, what's going on? Michelle Ruckner. All right, Eddie Heimer. He said, I used to rent my house out to my sister. Let me put that up here. Let me see what he got to say. He said, I used to rent my house out to my sister and her old boyfriend. They thought I was going to repair certain things when they were barely even paying me rent. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Uh-oh. 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 All right. Jamal Harris, I see you. Family can be tough to rent to, Martin. Okay. All right. What y'all think about that statement? He said, hey, he was renting the house out and they didn't want to pay no rent. So he said he decided he wasn't going to put none in it. I don't know. That's like a two-edged sword there, my brother, because you don't want your apartment to go down, your house to go down. You know, if you don't fix that plumbing problem, it might get worse and worse and worse. Real talk. Real talk. Yep. All right. Let's see. My landlord, oh my God, is something else. What about your landlord? Oh, wow. See, my landlord won't fix anything and he's paid. Wow. I got a flooded basement. Wow. Greetings, everyone. All right, Monique, I see you. Kim Edenton. A lot of tenants don't understand their rights either. Okay. All right. What's going on? Let's talk about these landlords. Let's talk about these tenants as well, because it's a two double-edged sword. Somebody come on, call in 872-297-6389. Again, 872-299-0808. Come on, call in and tell us something about your experience. All right. Tell about, because I'm quite sure some of us have on here been eviction court. We've had a slumlord. We've had a good landlord, but we just couldn't keep up with the rent payment on time. My dear sister says she's dealing with a flooded basement right now. Isn't that something? Oh, I got a caller now. They're going to call in and tell us about these little landlords. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Callers, we want to get to the point today. We don't want to drag it on out. I see you, caller. I see you. I see you. I see you, caller. All right, 6197. I see you. What's up, caller?
Hi, Martin.
All right. So talk to me.
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Who am I speaking with? You want to tell me your name?
Okay.
You don't have to. You don't want to. You don't have
My
to.
name is.
Go ahead.
Well, I won't give my name, but I'm not afraid to.
Okay, but no problem. You don't have to. Go ahead.
Okay. I've been in my apartment for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
My landlord never had did anything in my apartment everything that have broken, my husband is very inclined in fixing stuff. So if anything get broke, he'll fix it. And so my lease said when I first moved in, it said that every 7 years she would redecorate. So she hadn't because I never bothered her. So one time she came into my apartment and she said she had to terminate and she, would come in if I wasn't here. And I said, okay, no problem. So she had wrote me out a lease. And when she wrote the lease out, she wanted to change the lease. And I told her, well, you done already wrote this lease. So then she comes in my apartment when I wasn't here. She steals the lease out of my apartment. Now I know she did it because she knew where my papers were. And so after that, I left that alone. So then when I asked her just this year, and I've been here 13 years, I asked her, my rent is paid up, everything. I asked her, would she do my permit? She said, I will, but you would have to move out and I'll send somebody in there. And I said, you're not sending anybody in my apartment unless I'm here. And she told me no. She said, I want you to move. This was in October. She asked me if she wanted me to move. I said, okay, no problem. So she took me to court in December. She took me, and she not only did she take me to court, but she sent the sheriff on my husband's job to give him the papers. She didn't even send them to the house. She sent him on his job to give him the papers. So we went to court, and then the judge gave me 30 days to move. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe this. Not only that, my husband have fixed things in the building. When the blizzard came, my husband got off work at 11 o'clock at night, went out there and shoveled the snows around the building, everything that we could possibly do to help her with this building. We did it. And all because I wouldn't let her come in my house because she had stole before out of my house. I even changed my locks on my door and told her, you cannot come back to my apartment because I know that you stole the paper. And so now she, and I told the judge, I said, there's no problem with me moving. I said, I can't believe that she would do something like this. I couldn't even believe that. And I never missed. My rent is paid up today. And I told her in front of the judge, I say, I got a month and a half security. I say, you can have that. You can have that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm truthful when it comes down to paying my rent or anything because God has blessed me. And so I just had to get that out. And I'm not pouring salt on her or anything, but I'm just saying, you treat people the way that you want to be treated. And I just felt like, this was a time, on your platform that I can let landlords know that tenants are somebody too. Mm-hmm. Especially if they're doing the right thing. And I know that since I've been here for these 13 years, she have went up on the rent. No problem. No problem. Only thing I want her to do was come in and paint, to make it a little brighter in my house. And she got mad because of that. I said, I can't believe this.
Are you still there now?
Yes. Yes, I'm still here.
Well, what happened? Why you didn't move out?
I didn't move out because I just went to court. I went to court and he gave me I went to court. What's this? I went to court on the 12th and he gave me until February the 13th.
Okay, he gave you a nice length of time. Okay.
Yeah, because I explained to him what was going on, and I told him, I said, for her to be taking me to court, I didn't ask to move. She asked me to move. So for her to take me to court for December's rent, that's all she took me to court for, 1 month rent. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe. And then She couldn't even show her face. You know, we was on Zoom for court. She couldn't even show her face because she knows she bogus. And I'm like, I just couldn't believe it.
Wow. You
So
said 13 years, huh?
That's
13
I've been
years?
here for 13 years I've been here. And never have she been in my apartment to do nothing.
Nothing?
To do nothing. Pipes break. Nothing. Have she been in my apartment to do nothing?
What about if a plug or socket? Yeah. She'll supply the stuff and your husband.
Anything with she didn't supply anything. Everything that we needed, pipes in the kitchen, when the pipe would bust, my husband would go to Menards or something and buy it.
Did she reimburse you?
She just changed No. She just changed the toilet and she just changed that. I think October, right before October, and then they didn't even do that right. The toilet is moving.
Wow.
And she kept saying the guy was gonna come so he could fix it. He never did. My husband had put, because my husband said the hole is too big, so he couldn't fix it. He had to put a stick under it to hold the toilet from moving. This is what I'm talking about. And I've been here, and she know my air conditioner went out one year. She said in the lease it said that she supplies the air conditioner. When my air conditioner went out, she told me she don't supply those. The next day she give us a letter saying she don't supply air conditioners. I had to go and buy me an air conditioner. Now all of this, I never complained about it. I said no problem. And just because I asked her to come into my apartment and paint, she got upset.
Is that like a private landlord? She's not with a real estate company, is she?
Yeah, she's a
private landlord, private owner.
No,
okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. And since I have been here, people have moved in and out. I'm the only tenant that's done stayed here this long. I have seen people move in here 1 month and out the next. I have seen so many people move in and out of this building, and I still be here. So, it's just time for me to go anywhere. I already know God will close the door in order to open the door. So I'm just saying the way that it went, it kind of hurt my heart, but it's not for me to judge, but I'm just letting, landlords know that you got some good tenants out here. I have paid for this building, and it's not even my building, but I'm here. And wherever I'm at, I'm going to pay my rent. And whatever it costs, I'm going to do that. But that just bothered me a whole lot. And it still bothers me. And I know I got to let it go. And maybe when I got on and I think you was talking about it, that's why I called in.
Okay. If you like, you can hold on. This is not a traditional radio broadcast. We like do a panel. I'm hoping that I can get a landlord on here. I have one in the audience. They're just talking. Landlord should have replaced the floor and the damaged gasket underneath the toilet, and she would have had the toilet. She wouldn't have had that moving problem. That is correct. I need a landlord to call in, because the landlord because you have some tenants, they'll pay you 1 month rent, 1 month security, and that's it. They'll ride until they can't ride no more into court, So you guys, he called me.
No, I didn't. I never.
And said you always paid your rent.
I've been here 13 years.
Wow.
Always paid rent. Always have paid my rent. And when I first moved here, my husband, we was paying rent every 2 weeks to amount up to the rent that we owed. And 1 year she came to me and she said, I'm going to give y'all December free. And I said, oh, thank you. I'm thinking she just doing this because, it's Christmas. Her daughter came and sat down at the table and she told me, she said, do you guys know that y'all is 6 months ahead in rent? And I said, I didn't know that. Only thing I know, we was paying, giving her, the money every 2 weeks. She said, no, baby, y'all is 6 months ahead. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. This is how good this is. And I'm just saying this to say that I not only I'm talking about, I know this is business, but I got a personal relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was better than this. I thought, you know what I'm saying? That's why I never bothered her about anything. I never bothered her about nothing. I used to tell my husband, she got more things to do. We can fix that. We don't need to call her about that. And my husband didn't mind. He didn't mind. And so we fixed it. My bathroom cabinet is you know how waterlogged and the cabinet started breaking loose.
Right.
She's been telling me she gonna bring me one. I told her, I said I will go buy it and put it. No, I got you. She never did.
Can I ask you a question?
You know, I'm just saying.
Is she?
Yeah.
How would you label her as being a slumlord or a good landlord? What would you? Where would you place her?
I wouldn't, Martin. I wouldn't, Martin. This is why I wouldn't. Because I have seen her. I think she got comfortable with me and my husband because she knew we wasn't going to do certain things. She knew if I said something like, oh, girl, we fixed that. That was leaking us. She knew we were going to fix it. Anybody else I have seen call her, she be on it. I'm talking about the hallway, everything. She be on it. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. That's why I'm talking about with me. It was like personal. I mean, I'm talking about, we looked out for the building. We was around the building picking up paper, everything. We kept the hallways clean. I decorated the hallways when people come in, when sanitary, all of that. I did all of that. This is what I'm saying. Not saying I want no bounty points from her. But I mean, where you live, I looked at it. This is where I live, and this is where I want it to be. And that's the way she looked at it. So she got too comfortable. She got too comfortable with me because I wasn't raised in saying, you know, like the other people. Because she'll tell me, girl, they call me. I don't be answering no phone. I don't be answering no phone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with me, I think it was.
Yeah, hold it right there. We got a new caller.
It was like just taking advantage.
Yeah, she took advantage of. Hold on, we got a new caller. Hey, caller, 3699. How you doing? How you doing? What's going on? You a landlord or you a tenant?
All right.
Landlord or tenant?
Well, no, I'm just calling to ask a question. I don't want to kick in. I just want to ask the lady that's on the line now. How old is the landlord?
I couldn't really tell you. I have to say she's about probably in her 60s.
And is that close to your age?
Yes, I'm 58.
Okay, so you guys are around about the same. Is she married?
Yes.
Okay.
She just seems kind of bitter. She seems bitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think she's more controlling, and when she can't control something, it upsets her. That's what I get out of it. When she can't control, like she couldn't control me by saying she coming in here, and I said no, you're not.
Well, you could have called the police and she would have got a trespassing charge because she owns the building.
No, I'm talking about when. Now I have all this in text. When me and her were talking about, doing the apartment, fixing up the apartment. And when she told me that she was coming in, she would have to send somebody in. And I told her, no, you're not. Because things came missing out of my apartment before. And ain't nobody coming in my apartment without my husband being here. And so that's when she told me, well, I just need y'all to move SAP. And I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, but the law says that only time a landlord can enter your unit that they rent to you is there if there's water, fire, an emergency. She would have to give you 24 to 48 hours to enter your unit. And if she did enter it without your having a notice in writing, that's trespassing, and she can be arrested for that. So yeah, it just sounds like she's just She's had her run with you. Like you said, you've been there 13 years, and she wants. I read in the comments that someone said that she wants to um, get more for the unit now. So it's just time. She's
Yeah,
a user,
and you
but
know what?
she'll get what she deserves. She'll get what she deserves.
Yeah, and you know what? That is so true. I believe that too.
Hmm.
I believe that too because she have told, she told my husband. She talked to my husband downstairs, and my husband said that she told him, "Do you know I can get more money for that apartment?" And I know she can because we
Hmm.
did her 13
And that's
years.
what she's
So you
doing.
know, we,
But see, the next tenant
uh
she gets, they're not going to do right. They're not going to do right because she didn't do right. So if she just opened herself up for that same type of energy, she'll get it back.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about
She'll
it.
get somebody in there.
I
Well,
pray
Hey,
that it
let
don't.
me just say this,
get
guys.
up
I
out of
pray
there,
that it don't.
baby.
Listen,
I am.
listen, listen. When you get out of that broom, sweep the apartment. Don't bust the windows or do anything like that.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
and
Hmm.
and just say thank
yeah,
you. And matter of fact, you
yeah.
probably can have a walkthrough with her. Say, I want to walk through the apartment. Let hey,
I am.
yeah,
I am.
take pictures,
I
take
already got
pictures,
that. Yeah,
take
I
pictures.
already
Video
got. It's gonna
pictures.
be.
Right.
It's
So
gonna be so clean. She ain't gonna believe it.
right,
And I'm gonna leave her a thank you letter because I really
Hmm.
appreciate her. I'm telling
right.
you, I really appreciate
Hmm.
her. That I'm not. I'm not upset. I'm just bitter. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want anything to happen. I don't want no badness. I want her to be blessed forever. I want all of that.
Hmm.
It just hurt me.
Mm,
And things like this
Hmm.
happen. Like I say, God will close the door so you can open, so another one can be open. That's
Hmm.
all.
right. Well,
That's all. I
He's
like I
moving
said
you
when I
out of the
called
way.
in.
now I
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on,
And I know,
ma'am.
and I know.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on.
Okay.
I want to hear from a landlord because landlords have trouble too as well. You have some landlords that people move in their apartment, don't pay rent. They find every little excuse. Every time it's close to rent time, they'll say they'll find something wrong in the apartment. The hot water tank went out, heater you
Hmm.
went out. They'll say, well,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
screen is fell out. Any little excuse for not paying the landlord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you
Mm-hmm.
find a tenant that pays their rent on time, don't do too much complaining. You got your winner there because you have a lot of people, they play the system. They know how to go in these courts and get extended time. The first thing the judge asks you, how many people live in the house? Is there any children in the house? So he give you time that
Mm-hmm.
way. And so a lot of landlords, some of them will pay you to leave. They will pay you to leave, and that's probably what that landlord
Mm-hmm.
uh, mission is to get more money for that apartment. So you've been there 13 years. You didn't bought
Mm-hmm.
the building now.
Mm-hmm.
You practically bought the building. You didn't pay rent for 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, you practically bought the building. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
that marriage is over, if I may say that. Or that ship have sailed. It's time to move on
Amen.
to another destination. And like you said, without bitterness in your heart, just
Amen.
move on. Because when one door closed,
Yeah.
that means another one is opening up for you, a bigger place. And sometimes, as human beings, our greatest fear is change. We are
Yeah.
afraid of the unknown because we get
Yeah.
too comfortable
Yeah.
in a certain situation. We stay there and we don't move. We have to move and act out and believe that things gonna fall in place. And we know moving
Yes.
is not an
Yes.
easy job. You got to go through everything. You got to box up
Yes.
everything. You got to get the proper help. It depend on your finance and all that. So landlords, make sure you do the right thing by your tenant. And this is what I say about landlords. This is what I don't like. Why would you rent a home or apartment to somebody, a place that you would live, and you're not fixing it up properly? Why? Why? Then some landlords have problems when you call them and say, hey, I got a leak up under my sink. You know, landlords, and let me just say this too. As a landlord, you should never be hiring crackheads, especially coming in people's houses to do work when they got little children around there. That's bad. That's bad. That is bad. Because especially in a single woman home, you bringing a crackhead in there, and we know he shaking his mouth twisting, he can't stay still, his eyes wandering and all that, all in the name of cheap labor. So landlords, you have to be careful walking these people and allowing these crackheads to come in people's homes and do work. That's not a good look at all. That's not a good look.
Oh my God!
I got. Hold on, sister.
That's what she.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna let you talk. I got another caller, 2695. Hey, caller. Where are you calling from? How you doing? Where you calling from, caller?
I'm calling from Chicago.
You're a tenant. You're a tenant or you're a landlord?
I'm representing the landlord.
Are you a tenant or a landlord? You're a landlord.
I'm representing the landlord.
Okay, well, tell me what's some of the problems that you have with tenants, because I want to hear the other side too as well.
Actually, I've been really blessed to have some amazing tenants. During COVID was my only issue with one tenant I had. A home that I owned since 1994. And she was she was an amazing tenant up into COVID. She decided during COVID that she was going to stop paying. She was all on social media, encouraging people not to pay the landlords because they didn't have to pay the landlords. So basically, for probably like 7-8 months, I paid for her to stay there for free. So, and then when during the summer months, then she wanted me to service the air conditioner, but then she wasn't paying. So did I service the air conditioner? Yes, I did. Because it is, at the end of the day, it's still my place of business. It's my home. See, what people don't realize, that's our business. No different from you going to Saks Fifth Avenue, you going to Macy's or whatever. You can't go in there and take a product or a service for free. So don't come in the landlord's business, because this is our place of business. Don't come in there and think that you can stay for free. I'm an amazing landlord. She had kids during prom. I would give them gifts. I would give them gift cards. I would put money in a card. Her dad died twice. So it's things like that. You know, we go through a lot. We still have to pay our taxes. We still have to pay our insurance. My place is updated. And Martin made a comment. I lived in that place before. Like I said, it was my first home in 1994. So the upkeep is amazing. It's all updated. And then when it was time for her to go, she had her sisters and everybody over there had this huge party. And then when the doors wide open, so moving truck out there. So I walked in because she was moving. So, and then they started saying what all they was going to do. They threatened me. So I called the police.
Wow.
So I called the police, and in front of the police, she said she was going to destroy the property. So he made all of them leave, and that's the tenant that was on the lease. The only person was able to stay inside the house. So she had to finish carrying everything out of the house because all of them threatened me. So that's what we deal with on the flip side. And I know you said, Mark, don't keep going on and on. I do want to say this. In the Black community, we talk about generational wealth. It takes us a lot of generations to see the effects of generational wealth. That is my generational wealth that I could pass down to my relatives like my parents did me. So don't come along and throw a monkey wrench in my program to create generational wealth because you don't have a plan. If you don't like what's going on in my plan, in my business, you get out of my business and go get you some. Because you won't do these Caucasian landlords like this. If you do, you going to jail. It's as simple as that. I'll pause and let somebody else go.
Well, let me just say this. Dear sister, did you want to say something as been a tenant? Go ahead, 6197. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I can understand what she's saying. I can understand what she's saying, and that is true. I wish she, well, I don't wish she was my landlord because, like I say, this landlord, like I said, I don't know where it turned, and I think, like someone said in the comments, I think that she really wants to get more money because everything have went up and everything. But I'm just saying the way that she did it. Like taking my husband, sending the sheriff on my husband's job and all of that, and making it seem like, I owe her thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And it was only 1 month's rent and all of that. I just don't understand why would she do that? Because she had told me to move. So it wasn't no problem. I said, okay. And that was it. I was going to move. And my husband said, Ms. Jackson told us that she wanted to get more money. And I mean, she told him downstairs that she wanted to get more money for this apartment. She could be getting more money. She didn't just out to say that. And so I said, I can understand that, and I'm not bitter with her. I mean, I'm really not, I don't know. I'm just hurt. I'm just hurt the way that she did everything. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as her being, but what, like the air conditioning and stuff, she supplied that. And I think that she was supplying that. It wouldn't have been no problem for me to buy my own air conditioner. You know what I'm saying? I'm this type of tenant. I just thank God for my house right now. But I'm this type of tenant. If I'm in your place, I don't have to call you because the sink break down or because I can replace that. You understand? It's no problem, and it will be done right. I'm just not gonna do anything. Where I live, I treat my neighbor as I want to be treated. So that's all I'm talking about. I wouldn't treat her no different. I wouldn't try to, get down on the landlord. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Still got money up with her. My husband said, well, we gonna let her have it. We gonna let her have it. It's just the way that she did things. It's nothing in my apartment that's broke. Everything is just wore out because I've been here a long time. And I have seen her come in and remodel these apartments when people move out. I'm talking about when people stay in there a month. She go in there, she tear the walls down and rebuild them. But you couldn't come in my apartment because I wouldn't let you, like somebody said something about crackhead. That's who she hired. And every time it's a different person. No, anybody ain't coming up in my house. So that's the way it went. That's the way it went.
And she was supposed to put your money in an escrow account, and it was supposed to accrue interest as well. So whatever you gave her, when it was time for you to move, if you did take your security deposit back for 13 years, whatever the interest rate, the highest interest rate, and legally, she was also supposed to supply you with documentation of the banking institution that your security deposit went into.
It's supposed to be,
and every year she's supposed to give you a statement of how much interest that you accrued.
That like you said, that's supposed to be. Hold on, sister, we got a new caller. Security deposit supposed to be in the escrow account, but we got a new caller. Hold on, 0165. Come on, caller. Where you calling from? Hey, caller.
Hi, this is Ariel. I'm calling from Hazelcrest.
All right, you are a tenant or landlord?
I'm a tenant.
All right, so what's going on in your situation?
Okay, so it's a lot going on. So pretty much, me and my kids were living in our car for a while the middle of last year, and we found a place finally, and I'm not gonna lie, I do have a Section 8 voucher, so I was lucky enough to have that, and I found a place in like the middle of October. And, I was really needing a place to stay, so I didn't really take a look at the property as well as I probably should have. And the landlord's like, yeah, just give me your security deposit. You can move in. I'll hold the place for you until Section 8 approves it. So I'm like, okay, cool, because he won't show it to anybody else because, I kept getting scammed trying to, pay for application fees. And everybody was taking my application fee because I don't have any evictions. I don't have any bankruptcies. I have good rentals. You know, everything was good. But for some reason, they would always pick somebody else. So I'm like, okay, I gave the guy my money. Everything went through. Section 8 came and did their inspection and everything. So I was able to move in. So now after I've moved in, obviously I'm going to notice things. So when I first moved in, the refrigerator wasn't working. Section 8 pays in for that. So I told him the refrigerator's not working. We've been without a refrigerator since we moved in October. So that was one thing. The stairs were falling apart. My daughter, a nail went through my daughter's foot when she was going up and down the stairs. I told him as soon as it happened, as soon as I noticed it, because I know that, you know, what you're supposed to do as responsible tenant. So the nail goes through my daughter's foot. Then my other daughter, her closet door, the hinge broke off of it. And all she was doing was sliding it open. It popped and hit her in her eye. So she had a corneal abrasion in her eye. Then I started noticing that all of my kids and myself were getting sick. So I'm looking around trying to figure out what's going on. There's water damage all over the ceiling in our upstairs.
Mold.
Then there's mold all in our bathroom. There's mold all in our basement. I've been to the doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, that's probably what's making you guys sick. So we are chronically have upper respiratory infections. Not only that, there's a big pipe in our basement that had bust open. This was literally like a few weeks after we moved in. He didn't send, and there's sewage all over our basement floor. He didn't send anybody in to do anything until like maybe 4 days later. And so they fixed the pipe, and that was the end of it. They never had anybody come and clean up or anything because, mind you, we had just moved in. So everything that was on the floor wasn't just from us. It was from the people who lived here before us.
Well, let me ask you a question. Hold it right there, my dear sister. How, my thing is, did you report this to Section 8? Because, you know, Section 8 will give you emergency moving papers and give the landlord a X amount of time to fix the stuff, or if they withhold their payment. So you have to exercise your right now. You have to. You don't have to live like that. You have children like that. So you have to call in and say, hey, go ahead. You have to.
So what I did was I was trying to be nice because I've lived in other places. I've always gotten my security deposit.
Hold on, sister. Hold on. Listen, being nice is over with. Anytime you have small children and all you guys have respiratory infections and all in this mode, that's out the window. This number one now is about your health. Your health. You cannot continue to keep breathing mold and expect a good outcome. And if you fool around and die from that, who's going to take care of your little small ones? So you got to get on it, sister. I'm not trying to get jump down on your throat. I'm just here to help you. Go ahead and talk, sister. Go ahead, sister.
So like I said, I've been telling, every time I noticed something, I told him. So he started responding. All he did was send somebody to fix the pipe, and that was it. And so he responded and said, you're always complaining about something. He said, stop texting me. I don't want to hear anything else. So I told him, okay, so I contacted my caseworker. So once I contacted my caseworker contacted him, and he told my caseworker that he fixed everything. So he lied to him. So I told my caseworker, I'm like, he's lying. I'm like, I have pictures of everything, because now after the person did whatever he did in the basement, because like I said, he's one of those landlords that sends a crackhead to come do something. My basement is still flooding today. It's still flooding today. We've been here since October. And so Section 8, it's a long process. So Section 8 had to send somebody out to do an emergency inspection, emergency complaint inspection. So send somebody out. They give him 30 days to fix the problem. If he doesn't fix the problem in 30 days, once they come and re-inspect, then he'll go into this thing called abatement. So once he goes into abatement, that means Section 8 is not paying him any money because he's not fixing anything. And I can get my moving papers and leave. So that's pretty much the process I'm at now. But it's just kind of unfortunate because we're continuously getting sick. We keep getting hurt because everything's faulty in here. And now I got to figure out where me and my kids are going to go. We don't have nowhere to go. And my basement is still flooded. Like we can't use the toilets, the showers, nothing without everything coming up and coming all over the whole basement. So we're breathing all of that in. We're breathing all the mold in still. And he refuses to do anything. Like I still today have let him know, like, the basement is still got this problem, like, and he just doesn't say anything. He doesn't care because I guess because Section 8 is not paying him, he doesn't think he has to do anything. But we still have, like I said, stick and everything else. So now that's my problem I'm dealing with. So now we got to try to find another place to go to.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, can I say this really quick, Martin?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something to her? A quick fix for the mold. You can use white vinegar. Okay, so you get like a gallon of white vinegar. You take a tablespoon of like Dawn liquid, dish liquid, and you can take some 90, what is it? What's the highest proof of alcohol? Is it like 91%? The highest grade of alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You mix all that together, and you can get a extended long handle, like roller paintbrush, and that will get the mold. It'll remove it.
Well, let me say this.
It will.
Let me say it. From the way it sounds, them walls need to they need to come out, and the stuff just constantly flowing. It's beyond repair. She have to move out. They have to come in there and do everything. You know.
I'm just saying the time that she has to stay there.
Right. Well, that it's listen. What you saying, sister? As long as water's still on the floor, that mold's gonna continue to grow. It's you. No matter what you do, it's going to grow. It's water. Now, if your solution is great when it's dry, go in there and do that, and that'll help it. It'll be temporarily. But as long as the moisture is set up in that mold, that moisture, they feed off that moisture. I lived in a apartment one time. They had mushrooms come up out the floor, mold. So I know that's not.
Oh.
Yeah,
So the thing is, it's in the drywall too. If you have it in the drywall, you have to cut that out. You can't just clean the drywall up. It has to be completely cut out once it gets the mold and it gets moisture. And that's what I've told him. It's in the drywall. But not only that, we live in a townhouse. So there's 2 abandoned buildings next to us, completely filled with mold. And that mold is coming over here. So not only that, he has a cord running from the abandoned building to our unit using my power that I paid for, and told me that I can't plug it because it's supplying the sub pump over there so it doesn't flood over here, which obviously that didn't work. And so he's telling me, so that's another illegal thing. I contacted the city as well before I even contacted Section 8. And you know what the city did? They called him and told him I was complaining and told him he needs to come over here and fix my problem or whatever problems I have, and that they're not coming out there. I called the city a second time. I got the guy's name. He tells me, oh, I don't have time for all that. I don't have time for all that. I said, what do you mean? I said, me and my kids are over here sick. I'm like, Section 8's taking too long. We're still in here. I need him to fix these problems so we don't have to leave and try to find another place. He said that's going to take too long. It's too much paperwork. So in my opinion, I feel like the owner, and somebody had asked the question, how did he pass? I feel like he passed because he's paying off somebody from Section 8. He probably got the same, because usually Section 8 sends the same people out to certain areas. So I feel like he's paying the Section 8 person and he's paying somebody from the city. Because why would somebody from the city, and I'm telling him everything he's doing, I've been complaining, tell me and call him and tell him I'm complaining instead of coming out and checking. And even the 2 buildings next to me, I feel like those should have been condemned. And we're in the townhouses is like in one row, and they're all connected to each other. And there's a very small space between each building. So I feel like if the other 2 are condemned, the first 2 should be as well, because the mold's coming over here now.
Well,
so,
sister,
and the city's not trying to do it.
Are you in the suburbs or the city?
The
suburb. Okay, they don't play in Hazel Crest. They don't play like that. Hazel Crest should have jumped on it. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't. I called him. I got his name, and he didn't do nothing. He told me he don't have time for that. That was his exact words.
Who is he? What is he? He an inspector?
Yes, he was an inspector, because when I first called, let me see if I can. His name is Louis Green. When I called him, he told me, oh, I don't have time for that. When I told him the other 2 places need to be condemned, and so that way I can get up out of here, because Section 8 was acting like they didn't want to do the paperwork and stuff. So it's been a mess. We've been sick. We've been stressed
You might
out.
need to call the health department and code enforcement. There's other ways you're gonna have to start because there's a chain of command. So you get the writing from the doctor saying you and your kids are suffering from upper respiratory infections because of the conditions, and then you get the fire marshal out there to see how he's running that court. It's a way to play the game. Get that fire marshal out there and see that water standing in that cord. Oh yes.
But
what code enforcement?
What is going to happen is they're going to condemn the building. She's going to have to leave ASAP too. She's going to have to take whatever she can carry in her hand. They're going to condemn it because you got electricity in there, and also you got running water, sewage water. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, and mold come up through the heat too. Through them vents. So the sister she gave you good advice.
The fire department
call the health department. So my advice,
health
sister.
Department, get it in writing.
Where's the Section 8 out in the south suburbs? You need to demand your emergency papers ASAP. You need to demand that. Trust me, you have to.
Well, she needs the papers from the doctor first.
Chicago Heights.
It's the Chicago Heights. Well, you need to get there. You need to get there. You are inboxing.
I've been to the doctor.
I'm saying get it in writing, love.
Right.
In writing. You need those medical records in writing to show that your current condition is due to your living condition. And then you call the fire marshal and show them that cord that's running through those two abandoned units into yours and that standing water. It's, you have to have all your documentation.
Yeah. Well, I tell you one thing, sister. I know who you are. Just inbox me, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna give him a call. I know what to do to him. I know exactly what to do. Because hold on, sister.
The information, we will flood him.
Hold on. I'll take care of that. Just inbox me, and I'm gonna jump on that ASAP for you. Tomorrow I'm just a little busy. Tomorrow I got a lot to do, but I know Thursday I'm freed up. And I'm going to jump on that. I'm going to get names and everything, people who I spoke with and everything. They have to give you your papers ASAP. And like the dear sister said, make sure you get all that, get in writing, because that's terrible. Should nobody have to live like that? And you got a voucher, guarantee rent? Oh, no.
And no refrigerator, and she has kids. Oh no!
That's a violation. Section 8. You have to have a working refrigerator in the stove. That's a violation.
All appliances have to work.
Yes.
Everything has to work.
And then he had the nerve to come and call me and ask me how my Thanksgiving was. I said, "Well, how do you think it was? I didn't even have a refrigerator to put all my food in. I don't have a refrigerator." And then he told me to shut the F up.
Oh,
is this a black person talking to you like this?
Yeah.
No, he's he's not an Arab, but he's like, I don't know what nationality, but he's similar to an Arab. I don't want to sound too like racist or anything, but that's what he is. He owns several properties in Hazel Crest area, so I'm guessing that's how he's been able to get away with all of it.
He's a slam. He's a what you call a slum landlord. See, people, this is what I'm talking about. Listen, this is exactly what I'm talking about. People will put you in things. It's like people give clothes away. They know it's 300 years outdated. Don't give nothing away that you wouldn't wear. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give away them grandmama and granddaddy clothes. Nobody want them. Nobody want them. So, in other words, my point is, why would you have somebody move in a house that's full of mold and you know it had these previous problems and you haven't addressed them? Why? Why?
He sounds like he's Middle Asian Indian. He's an Indian. Last name Patel or something like that.
So my point is landlords have a duty to uphold and tenants have a duty to uphold, to pay your rent. And if something is broken, you always allow the landlord to know, hey, this is broken. This is not working. I'm giving you heads up. Let me know when you come in and fix it, or, do that. So it's strange.
Can I say something, Martin?
Yes.
I want to say this to all the tenants that are listening. When you're dealing with your landlord, like the woman said that owns the house from 1994, it's a business. This is your quality of life. Stop calling your landlord. Okay, get their email for matter of record. That is admissible in court. An email is permissible in court. Stop calling them and having verbal conversations, because now it's your word against their word and their word against yours. You can follow up verbally after the email has been responded to. Create an email just for you and your landlord account, okay? Any issues you have, it's matter of record in writing. I tell people this all the time for business purposes. Stop having conversations when it comes to business or out of your mouth. Nothing means nothing until it's in writing. That's all.
Well, my landlord, from the time I moved in until now, I have receipts. My landlord, I done changed phones about 4 times. Each one of my phones, I don't do nothing but text her. She texts me back. After she texts me, the last time she texted me was when she wanted me. Our conversation was about her doing my apartment. And she texted me about me moving and all of that. Then when I texted her back, she said, oh, no, she texted me about me moving SAP. That's what she put. I just rather for you to move. Then she texted me, I just text, okay. So then she texted me back and said, we're not going to text anymore, but I had what I needed. She knows I'm the type. I keep every piece of paper, every pen we use, everything. I keep it. She told me, I'm going to send you an email about you moving. She never did, but I had it in the text. When I went to court, you don't go in front of the judge no more. You have to be on Zoom. And so that's the reason why I couldn't show everything. But she know I be on it when it comes down to that. I'm not stupid at all. But she know, just like you said, yeah, you have to have that stuff down. You have to, keep records, because my landlord is like that. If she came in, just like when she came in and stole my paper out of my house and said she was, doing the exterminating, she'll leave a note or whatever. She wanted signed and all that. So she told me the business. She told me that I got every receipt from the first time I moved in. I got everything. That's why I knew she knew about business. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep all of that.
And pilfered through your property and stole the paperwork.
Yes, she's
real messy.
Yes,
God got something for her. She's gonna have the day that she deserves. She's going to have the day that she deserves. I'm just gonna tell you.
Yes, and I know
you're not mad and you're not bitter, but she's gonna have the day that she deserves.
Yeah, and like I, and I pray that God don't have mercy. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't treat people like that. You don't treat, if it's about $1, you understand what I'm saying? And I can understand she want more. Everything done went up. But she could have compromised with me. Whatever you wanted, I would have paid you. It ain't no problem with me. Because I believe in paying where I say. And whatever it was that you wanted, the only thing you had to do was say that. You didn't feel it was appropriate, but you feel it's appropriate to, to tell me to get out. That you might as well have said get out. You know what I'm saying? In the dead winter, lady, please. I get angry, but I don't want to be.
Dear sister, let me just say this. Hopefully you'll find some in time before your move out date and things like that. If you need more.
Okay, I got a house.
Okay, wonderful.
I got a house.
Oh, wonderful.
This is what I'm talking about. And this is my first house. This is what I'm talking about. God closed the doors for you to get something better.
Amen.
That's what I'm talking about. I got a house that I've been wanting. I signed the paper. I'm talking about he did it within the month. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's a, I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I just think it had to happen like this. But it had to happen. I had to go through something to get what God wanted me on the other side.
Well, sister,
I'm just angry.
They just say, well,
mad.
I mean, it's nothing wrong with being angry. In the going through, there is a breakthrough. Sometimes we have to go through things to get our blessing and things like that. You know,
yeah.
I will say this. I'm proud of you. God bless you in your storm, and you will not be homeless.
Thanks.
You will not be homeless. And I'll go in that house with new furniture, new look, everything. Look at God. I tell you.
Oh,
like, man,
amen.
Look at God. Look at God. I tell you.
You don't need to know that. I can't. My family don't even know they might know now because I'm on this phone.
Right.
That they be listening to you, Martin.
Right.
But they didn't even know. I'm walking in new. I'm walking in new. This is what I'm talking about. They don't need to know. I was going when I get in there. But I had sometimes I say I gotta talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta talk to somebody. You understand what I'm saying? God works miracles.
Yes, He does.
It's been time for us to go, but we was holding on.
Mm-hmm.
Holding on to what? To be misused.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. It's all in divine order.
Count it all joy.
And I pray that what she said be bad, that she's supposed to get. I pray that whoever moved in here be better than I was.
Mm-hmm. I tell you.
And that's it.
That was a learning lesson.
That's it. Yeah.
So
I learned the lesson.
Yeah.
And I had to, though. I had to learn.
Well, I tell you this.
I had to learn. I couldn't believe it.
You got a wonderful testimony. You like me. I don't like to announce something until it's already done. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you speak things, people pray against what you're trying to do. I've seen that. You know, you got folks out there, you tell them, I'm going to get a new car, and they hoping that you don't get it. You know, or you tell them I'm going to be great one day, in their spirit, they praying against you that you don't be great. That's called, I wish you well, but I'm hoping that you fail at the same time. You know, because you could tell body language talk.
Oh yeah. But you know what? What's for me, can't nobody stop it but me.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody stop what God has for me but me. I just wanted it to be a surprise because the testimony is already there. I just wanted to be a surprise, because I've been saying I'm going to get it. I've been saying this since I moved in here. I want a house. You can speak up on your blessing. And God said, you said you want a house. Now let me move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. Because if she wouldn't have said that, I'd still been right here comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, sometimes, and just like now, I look out my window saying, man, I'm going to miss this old place. Man, what is this? That neighborhood ain't like, you know what I'm saying? All kind of girls, you better go ahead on.
Enjoy your blessing. That's right. That's right. Because God, listen, that reminds me. That reminds me so much of a new day. The songwriter said, great is thy faithfulness, morning by morning, new mercies. You got new mercies, sister. New, out with the old and in with the new.
Yeah.
You started in 2023 in the beginning of the year. In the second month of the year, you're going to be moving in your new sanctuary, your home. Enjoy your home, sister.
Yeah.
And bless it when you get in there. Pray in every room. Bless every corner you can. Say, Lord, bless my home. Protect my home from thieves, robbers, and fires and all that. See, I believe in you got to anoint your home. You got to pray for it. You got to pray against these thieves.
I done been on the block. I don't know it's the block. The block. I'm coming in. Well, I done anointed the block. I done walked around 7 times. Man, God is good. I'm telling you. And that's why I'm saying it just, you know how I'm not perfect. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still feeling a little kind of way, but I already know what God was doing. And sometimes He have to use something that's close to you sometimes to hurt you. It ain't got nothing to do with them. It's all about you. It's where your heart is at. That's why I wish her well, and I wish her well from my heart. Not from no envy, not for trying to be what God is, because God wanted that. It's in my heart, pure, that I wish her well. I wish her well, and I pray that who she get in here, they'll buy the building from her, because she want to sell it. So however she do it, however it be done, let it be done.
Well, it's like a seed. when you put a seed in the ground, it has to rot out and die in order to bring forth life. And that's what it is. So you had to die from that place. And so you can begin to have new life. This is new beginnings. You know, in the conscious world, our new year begins in spring. You know, in the Western world, it's January. Spring is when you bring forth new light, new life, new life. And that's where you at right now. You're in new life right now. And I appreciate you coming on here, sharing your testimony, sharing your going through so we can see your breakthrough. I appreciate the other dear sister that came on here and saying what she's going through. Because listen, people, a lot of us have this. You never know what no one is going through. Because a lot of times we suffer in silence because we don't want our business everywhere. You know, it's a fearful thing to tell somebody your private business and they go and tell somebody else and it come back to you. That's a hurtful thing. That's a hurtful thing. And that's what's really crushing. And that's why a lot of people suffer in silence because they don't know who they can trust with this sensitive information to them. That's it. It's a lot of people walking around here like, man, I want to talk to somebody. I want to tell somebody, but I don't know who to talk to. I got a mother, I got a brother, I got a sister, but listen, they got a history of talking too much. Some folks don't know how to hold water long. They're gonna tell it. Soon as you get off the phone, they're getting on the phone. Girl, let me tell you, just between me and you. Bro, let me tell you, just between me, she got to move. She getting put out. I know she getting put out. Don't say nothing now. Have you ever walked in a room and you know the room get quiet and you know they talking about you? Come on now. Come on now. I'm preaching tonight. Y'all got me started now. Y'all got me started. But it's real. It's real. I don't want to thank God for the landlord that came on here and said how she's a good tenant, that her house is fully up to date. I want to thank the other landlords that came on here and posted that what they do. So people, it's not just the landlords, it's not just the tenants, it's both. So you have to come into agreement. And like you said, sister, you was crushed. You was crushed. I would have been even more crushed when I knew she was in my house. That would have been enough for me right there. I can't take it no more. And that's the only time that you know that she been in your house. It might have been other times that she been in your residence and you just didn't know. You just didn't know.
Invest in some cameras. Get some cameras.
Right, just didn't know.
You can see what's going on your phone.
I'm gonna tell you again, sister. Get you some cameras in your new, like the sister said, in your new residence. Invest in yourself. You can't lose. So you could know, hey, alarm system and all that. So if you had to step out for a couple of hours, or you and the husband, right? You do what you have to do. Protect your investment and get you some renter's insurance too, as well. I tell you.
And renters, you don't have to get an alarm system they don't have to drill like in the old days. They have portable alarm systems now and cameras. I would suggest any renter get the portable alarm system and get the cameras, and you can monitor your unit through your cell phone. It will alert you if there's any movement, any activity, if somebody opens your door and it has cameras. If your landlord uses the key and comes in your property and they don't have proof that they gave you notice that they were coming in, file criminal charges for trespassing. It's illegal. Get them locked up. Get them locked up and so on.
All right, people, this is going to be it for me. It was wonderful talking to you guys tonight. We've been on here about an hour or something. I know it's great. And I appreciate the testimonies. Thank you, sister. I bid you Godspeed. I hope everything be all as well. And man, it's something.
Thank you.
So, and my dear sister, I know who you are. You got to listen, sister. Let me tell y'all young folks, you're a young sister, and I love you. You know I do. Let me just say this. Young folks, you have to learn how to take care of business. Now, you can cuss and fuss and do all these other things, but when it comes down to business and when your kids involved, you got to fight. You got to know how to go to war. Ain't no time to be no soft. You got to speak up. And if you don't know how to speak up, you better call somebody that know how to speak up. and not necessarily to go get no gun, and that, but you got to know how to take care of business, because this is business. That dear sister, if she fall dead tomorrow, her kids without a mother. Gone. So, sister, you got to listen. This is an emergency. You need this. This is a life and death situation. None of us, we only get one body in this life. We don't get two bodies. So when it's gone, it's gone. When it's damaged, it's damaged. If God don't heal it and God don't bring you back, you're gone. You out of here. So we're going to, I'm going to reach out to your sister and call them folks. We got to get down to business. Get down to business. And if not, we put his name on blast. I don't mind putting that landlord name on blast. A slum lord.
Yep.
I do that. Trust me. Let him try to take advantage of a woman. See, they play on that too. See, America spends so many billions of dollars to keep us from not knowing. That's why they don't want us anymore here. They calling for other people to come out of other countries, and y'all know what I'm talking about, to do the work. Because, see, they ain't going to give them no trouble. And they tell them to stay away from us. They lazy, stay away from us. But that's not true. We all know that's not true. Trust me. All right, people. Thank y'all so much. I got to go. Appreciate your YouTube audience. Make sure you guys share the video. Those that are on Facebook, share the video, because this information is real valuable. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night.
Okay.
Good night. Good night.